Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and all the best for your upcoming term 1 exam. So here I came with another new video for one shot means relation and functions. I will be explaining some concepts and different questions with tricks and explanation. So relation and function first chapter I divided into two parts. So first today I will make for relations only. So relation and function first chapter. But we will be doing only relation. Now in relation, three relation we have to consider: reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So if our relation is all these three, means it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then it will be equivalence relation. So in question they will be means it will be given f from or r from a to b. Okay, different range and domain will be given to you. Then suppose r on a, that means this is defined as r from a to a. Okay, or sometimes they will mention r is defined on a, that time also relation is from a to a. Okay, so this they can give r is defined on a, r relation r on a, like that. These keywords they can use to define relation. So for reflexive, if r relation is on a, suppose if we consider, so reflexive means a belongs to R, okay, and for all A belongs to set A. All element of this type should belongs to R, then only it will be reflexive. For example, if I consider A set 1 comma 2, my relation is defined on A, means R from A to A, okay. So that means in my relation to be reflexive, 1 element should be there and 2 element also should be there. If any one element is missing, I will say that particular relation is not reflexive. Okay. For example, if I consider, this is the first example. Second example, if my A set is 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that means using this definition, my relation should contain 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. All these kind of element. Because 1, 2 and 3 is there. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 must be there to be reflexive relation. If any one is missing, any two is missing, we will say relation is not reflexive. Okay, so this is must condition. For all A belongs to A. This you should know. Every element in A should have this relation element, means 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Now for symmetric we have conditional statement. Conditional statement means if AB belongs to R and BA belongs to R, that means relation, then R is symmetric. Okay. If AB is there, BA is also there, then we will say symmetric. For example, suppose in a relation 1, 2 is there and 2, 1 is also there. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 1. Then we will say this relation is symmetric. Okay. Another example I will consider 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay. In this relation, this type of element is not there, isn't it? In which you will find two different number. It is not there. So in this case, if this number is missing, then means there is no question of checking for B comma A type. So by default, it will be symmetric. So this relation is symmetric. Okay. If defined on A, where A is 1, 2, 3. And if defined on A 1 comma 2 comma 3, this function is reflexive also, because 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all elements are there. Okay, so that is the difference between reflexive, symmetric. For reflexive, all elements should be there. For symmetric, if any one element, for any one element, if you find 1, 2, 2, 1, you can say it is symmetric. But if this element is only missing, that means no question of checking the symmetriness of the relation. Okay, because we know empty set is symmetric in nature. Why? Because there is no element. So though no element means a comma b type element is not there. So there is no question of checking symmetric for this element b comma a. So by default it will be symmetric, empty relation. Okay, but empty relation is not reflexive because there is no element. For reflexive, this element must be there. AA type elements must be there. Okay. Now similarly transitive also. Transitive also is a conditional statement. If AB belongs to R, BC also belongs to R, and then AC belongs to R, we will say relation is transitive. Okay. Now in this case, if this one is there, a comma b you will find in the relation, but BC is not there, then no need of checking for a comma c. Okay. Then it will be transitive by default. Otherwise, if AB type element is there, BC type element is there, and you will not find AC type, then you can say it is not transitive. For example, if R is defined on A, that is 1, 2, 3, if I'll consider, okay. So the given relation which I gave before also, this is transitive. Okay, this is transitive because A, B, B, C type elements are not there. So there is no question of checking for A, comma C element type. Okay, that means by default it will be transitive. But if we get one relation where you will find 1 comma 2, okay, 2 comma 3, that's it. So A comma B type is there, 1 comma 2, and B comma C type is also there, and 1 comma 3 is missing. Okay, so if these two elements are there and A comma C type will be missing, then we will say it is not transitive. Okay, but if this element I will not write 1 comma 2 element, है ना? So that means B comma C element is not there. So by default it will be transitive. So if any relation possesses all the three relations, it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, we will say it is equivalence relation. Different formulae also you should know. Number of relations. If your R is from A to B, means relations from A to B, and suppose cardinality of A or number of element in set A is P, number of element in set B is Q. So number of relation will be 2 power P into Q. Okay. If your R relation R is defined from A to B, then number of relation if your R is defined on set A. Okay, number of relations if R is from A to A. Okay, from A to A means we can, another word we can say R is defined on A. And suppose cardinality of A, that means number of element in set A is equal to P. So your number of relation that time will be 2 power P square. Now if your relation is defined on A, okay, where you can say cardinality of A, number of elements set in set A equals to n. So number of reflexive relation, okay, in one last year sample paper CBSE has asked number of reflexive relation. So we can expect this type of small questions. It will be equal to 2 power n minus 1. Okay, then number of symmetric relation also equals to 2 power n plus 1 by 2. This formula, using this formula also we can expect questions. Now, another most important concept from this relation is equivalence class. Equivalence class we denote by this number. Okay, equivalence class. For example, suppose R is defined on A, where A is suppose 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, and your R is defined as A minus B is divisible by 4. And you need to find equivalence class of 4. So by equivalence class of 4, we mean all the elements which are related to 4. Okay. So whenever you get this type of question, what you should do, instead of B, okay, instead of B, you write whatever number will be here, A minus 4 divisible by 4. Now A element you keep from this set. Okay, so 1 minus 4 is 1 minus 4 is 3, which is not divisible by 4, so 1 will not come, है ना? Then we will consider 3. 3 minus 4 again 1. 1 is not divisible by 4. When we say divisible by 4 means exactly divisible by 4. Decimal number should not come. Okay, 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Again not divisible by 4. 7 we will keep here at A place. 7 minus 4 3. Not divisible by 4. Then 9 we will substitute. 9 minus 4 5, which is again not divisible by 4. So this will be empty set. Okay. So suppose in the same case, if I want to find equivalence class of 1, so I should instead of B I should write 1. Okay, and divisible by 4 I have to check. So A element I should substitute from this set. So 1, if I substitute 1 minus 1 0, 0 is divisible by 4. That means 1 is the element of this equivalence class. Then 3 we will substitute. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 is not divisible by 4. It will not come. We will substitute 5 in place of A. 5 minus 1 4. Yes, 4 is divisible by 4. So 5 element will come. Then 7 minus 1 6. No. 9 minus 1 8. 9 will come. So equivalence class of 4 empty set. Equivalence class of 1 1 comma 5 comma 9. So this trick you can use. Everywhere B will be the given, no, second number you replace with the given equivalence class, and first number you substitute from the given set. So you will get all these classes, elements of the equivalence class. Now we will solve question. Okay, question wise we will see all the remaining concepts. Now sometimes they give one set and they ask number of equivalence relation in that. Actually number of equivalence relation we can find by counting number of partitions. Okay, and that can be done by one short trick, that is Bell's triangle. So it is similarly like Pascal's triangle which we know. Okay, so how to make or how to count the elements of Bell's triangle? We can start from 1. We can write 1 down. Okay, then 1 plus 1 2 we can write here. Okay, 1 plus 1 2 we can write here. Then next row will be starting point of this, means here we got 2, so we should start from 2. Then 2 plus 1 we will write here 3. Okay, then 3 plus 2 we will write here 5. Then this is the last number, so next row we will start from 5. So 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 5 15. That's it. And because above 15 no number is there to add. So 15 we will write here. Then it will be 20. 20 plus 7 27. This will give 37, and 37 plus 15 will be 52. Like that, this we can write many more rows of this Bell's triangle here. Now how to count number of equivalence relation? For example, you have been given A is equal to 1. So you will count number of element in that set, number of element 1. So that means first row last element you should check. So in first row we have only one element. So number of equivalence relation for this set, this particular set will be 1 only. Okay, similarly, I will write for 1, 2, 3. Or let me take only 2 element. Okay, so n of A will be 2. So 2 element number, that means second row we will check, and last element of second row means 2. Okay, so number of equivalence relation will be 2. Number of equivalence will be 2. Similarly, if your n of A is equal to 3, suppose A is equal to 1, 2, 3 given, that time you check the third row and last element, that is 5. Number of equivalence relation will be 5. Like that you can find for another fourth element also, fifth element also, sixth element also, but they won't ask more than 7 and 8, I think. So this much will be enough, or you can add one more row on your own and can find number of equivalence relation for 6 element set. Now one by one we will see all the questions based on relations. First question is, let T be the set of all triangles in the Euclidean plane, and let a relation R on T be defined as A is related to B. This symbol is denotes that A is related to B if A is congruent to B. That means if T1 and T2, two triangles I take from this relation, they are congruent. Okay, so three things we have to check: reflexive, then symmetric, and transitive. So in reflexive, we know by the definition AA should belongs to R. That means in for this particular example, if we see, a triangle should be congruent to itself, isn't it, by the definition of relation? So we know if we take one triangle, that we can say it is congruent to itself. So reflexive, our relation is reflexive. Okay, so any option can come here. Now we will check for symmetry. If I consider two triangle T1 and T2, if T1 and T2, if I write both are congruent, I can write this way also, that T2 is congruent to T1. Both will be congruent to each other. So symmetric is also possible, because by symmetric definition we know if AB element belongs to R, BA element also should belong to R. So here I considered T1 and T2 belongs to R. So T2 and T1 also will belongs to R. So it is symmetric also. So our B option cannot come. In B option it is written not symmetric. Okay. So now for transitive we will take three triangles. If T1 and T2 are congruent and T2 is congruent to some other triangle, that is T3, so we can write that T1 and T3 are congruent, isn't it? Because we know congruency of triangle, all components are equal. Okay, they will be equal in shape and size. So we can relate T1 and T3 to T3 also by congruency. So that means our relation is symmetric as well as transitive also. So not transitive will not come. So any one option is left, equivalence relation, and none of these. So it will be equivalence because it fulfills all the three conditions here. Question is the maximum number of equivalence relation on the set A R. Now in very beginning of this video I explained you one Bell's triangle. According to that, if you see number of equivalence relation we can find if we can complete the Bell's triangle here. Okay, this will be like this. So we need only three elements, so I wrote three rows only, and last element of third row will be my answer, that is 5. So my answer is 5. Otherwise if we won't use this number, we have to go with the maximum trial and error method we need to do, and all elements we will write, 9 elements we will write, then we will pick one element to and that we have to be very sure that it will form equivalent relation only. So this method will work in finding number of equivalence relation in a very easy way. Next question we can see here, if a relation R on the set 1, 2, 3 be defined by, R is defined by only single element, then R is. Now see for reflexive, since it has three elements, so to be reflexive relation we should have 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3 element. This is must condition. Okay, for every element in set A should belongs to relation to be reflexive. But and any of these elements are not there in our given relation, so it is not reflexive. Okay. Now if 1 2 is there, 1 2 is there and 2 1 is missing, है ना, here 2 1 is missing. Okay, what is symmetric? Actually I am checking symmetric here. So symmetric, if 1 2 is there, 2 1 also should be there. If 2 1 is missing, we will say it is not symmetric. It is not symmetric. Here it is given symmetric, so C option will not come. Okay, now for transitive, if 1 2 is there and some other number 2 or 3 also is there, and if 1 3 is there, then we will say transitive, isn't it? This is one way. Or other way is 1 2 is there but this term is missing, no, that means there is no question of checking for this element. If this element also will be missing, then only we will say it is transitive. Okay, so if any one element is missing from the conditional statement, by default it will become transitive. Okay, because we can't say about this element anything, no need to check actually. Okay, so here we have 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3 is not there, so no question, so it is transitive. This particular relation is transitive. Next question is, let us define a relation in a set in a R as A related to B if A is greater than equal to B, then R is. Now for reflexive, A is greater than A equal to A we can say, so it is reflexive. Okay, it is reflexive. So not reflexive in which all option given, here and here. That means our C and D option cannot come. Okay. So this way also you can check. Suppose if you are not getting any answers, you try to go with the options. Somehow by some thinking you cancel 2 or 3 options, isn't it? So if you completely don't know the answer, then also you can get the correct option. So reflexive at least you can check, right? A is equal to A given. It is not reflexive. Sorry, it is reflexive. So not reflexive option we will cancel. Then we will check symmetric. So symmetric, if A is greater than B, can we write B greater than A? That means if I am writing 1 greater than equal to 2 or sorry 2 greater than equal to 3. So can I write, uh, let me take another example, 3 greater than 2, this is fine. Okay, can we write 2 greater than 3? No, we cannot write, isn't it? So symmetric is not possible. Symmetric is not possible. So not symmetric, this is the option. Okay, equivalence not possible because symmetric is not given. So no need to check transitive. Directly we can go with the B option. Okay, because we proved reflexive and not symmetric. That is clearly in B option. So we can go with the B option. Okay, so it is not equivalence because symmetry does not fulfill. So by this we can come to our correct option. A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and consider the relation R 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3. Then R is. Now one by one we will check. As I told you for reflexive, if it is defined on this set. So for reflexive, 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. These three elements must be there. And it is there. See 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So it is reflexive. It is reflexive. Okay, so A and B we can see reflexive is given. That means our A and B possible. Now out of A and B we will select. Then to check symmetric, 1 2 is given but 2 1 is missing. That means it is not symmetric. Okay, not symmetric. And for any one element if you find, you can write it is not symmetric because it is conditional. For symmetric and transitive relations are conditional statement. So for any one element if you can't find the respective element 2 comma 1, that means you can write it is not symmetric. Okay, so that means A option will come. It is reflexive but not symmetric. Okay, because transitive also you can check 1 2 is there, 2 3 is there and 1 3 is also there. Our next question is, R be the relation in the set 1 2 3 4. Okay, So that means to be reflexive, 1 element should be there, 2 3 3 4 4. So we will check 1 is there, yes. 2 is also there, 3 is also there, 4 4. That means it is reflexive. So not reflexive is given in option C. Option C cannot be our answer. Now to check reflexive, we will take 1 3. Suppose 1 3 is given, but 3 1 is missing, right? So it is not not symmetric. Not symmetric means this option can be our answer. Okay, it is symmetric given, not possible. Equivalence given, see if it is not symmetric, it cannot be equivalence. So directly without checking for transitive, we got our correct options. So like that you have to check. Okay, so that way you can save your time for other questions.